Hello everybody, it's me, Alexthehunted, and welcome to my Alexthehunted Q&A in HD! Yes, I actually got a new camera for Christmas, so everything's in widescreen in HD now! Woo! But anyway, that's enough of me talking about the stuff I've got. I think it's time we move on to the Q&A and the questions you asked, and I got more than I got last time, I definitely remember that. So, I'll start off with... I'm sorry if I won't pronounce your names in this because I don't want to go around the whole thing of if you're not confident with me saying who you are and all that sort of stuff. So I'll just say the questions, and if you know you're the one who asked it, then you know I answered it. So anyway, first question. How would you rank Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor, in relation to the other incarnations of the Doctor? I think Matt Smith was a very good Doctor. He didn't have the best stories for his run. He really needed better stories. But as the Doctor himself, I think he was a very good Doctor. I'll probably most likely put him in my top 5, maybe top 7, something like that. Maybe top 5. Because he did have a lot of... even he's admitted, the Doctor he based himself on was the second Doctor, Patrick Troughton. And, and it's very much... If you look at these two sides, look at a Patrick Troughton episode and a Matt Smith episode, they are pretty much identical how they act with each other. They're both the silly buffoon that lets people think that lulls people into a false sense of security before taking them down, because the Doctor acts like basically Matt Smith Doctor acts like a child, sort of like he's a child trapped in a man's body, and which is basically kind of the same as what Patrick Troughton was, but in that sort of sense he acted like a fool to make people think that he was an idiot, so when he actually came out and solved the problem, it showed how smart the Doctor actually is. I think he came off really well. He needed better episodes, I think, and I'm really looking forward to Peter Capaldi. It's finally we'll see who the true Doctor Who fans are, just watching the show, because the Doctor looks cute and all that, so we'll see how it goes on for then. I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. Anyway, next question. Is there any games you're looking forward to in 2014? No, there are no games I'm looking forward to in 2014. I do not play games. I'm joking. Yes, there are a few games I am looking forward to. Destiny, Watchdog, No Man's Sky. I don't know when that's coming out, but there hasn't been a release date for it, but let's say 2014, and my God, does No Man's Sky look good, and the Mirror's Edge reboot sequel, whatever it is. Oh God, I love the Mirror's Edge. I love the Mirror's Edge, and I'm really glad that they're actually bringing this back. And probably by then, I probably will have a new console by then, because I'm thinking about getting one about March, April time, right about the same time. I'm getting a PS4 for you people to know, because I'm just at the moment. I can't afford multiple consoles at the moment, so really I'm getting a PS4 because it's cheaper and it just looks like the better system at the moment. And yes, you could say, well, the Xbox One's got Titanfall. Well, so does the 360 one, and guess what? I have a 360, so I'll just be getting it for that. But really, yeah, 2014 looks like a good year for games. 2013 was an okay year for games in my mind. I mean, there's a lot of disappointments with Beyond Two Souls, and that was just a major disappointment to me. I so wanted that game to be good, and it just wasn't. But 2014 is definitely looking good. I mean, we've got a continuation of The Walking Dead Season 2. I mean, after Episode 1, bloody hell, I mean, this game's gonna get good. That's a case of storytelling can make a great game. I mean, yes, there's not much to do in the Walking Dead games, but the story alone makes it worth it. I mean, my God. Now there's a few questions that one guy asked. A few of you asked a bunch of questions, and I'll get through them. How did I come up with my name, Alexthehunted? My username, Alexthehunted. Simple story. When I was making my Xbox Live account, and I was going through with my dad, he said, why don't you call yourself Alex the Hunter? And I said, no, because I'm not really good at these kind of shooting up games like first person shooter or all sort of stuff. This was when I first started getting into like serious hardcore gaming, and my dad said, why don't you call yourself Alex the Hunter? It's like, no, because I'm not very good at like first shooting. And anyway, Alex the Hunter was taken, so I called myself Alex the Hunted because I'm usually the one that gets killed a lot. So I'll be Alex the Hunted. That's basically it. And that's the name I went for Xbox Live, and it kind of just, when I was coming up for my YouTube name, that's basically the first one that came to my head. I'm terrible when it comes with thinking of names, so that's what I thought of, and right, here we go, and there you have it. Why do Britons never get fat? Do they diet consistently? No, it's mainly the reason why Britons don't get as fat as Americans, even though we are slowly getting as bad as you, is because we don't have the same portion sizes of food as you. I mean, I've never been to America, but I've seen those American cooking shows. You cook enormous portions of food, like a whole dustbin lid of food. You just slam down, and just everyone eats it. In the UK, we have smaller portions, and we are more consistent with our diets. I mean, we get it slammed in our face of how we're all going to die if we don't eat this and we don't eat that, and if we eat this, we're going to all get diabetes and die in 2 weeks. And it is shoved into our faces a lot more than I think Americans do about getting into shape. And really, I mean, I'm not a particularly healthy eater, but I don't chug down food like, I see Americans do. I mean, I'm not a healthy person. I'm not in shape. I'm just skinny at the moment. I'm starting to get a bit of a gut, which I'm going to get rid of. That's my New Year's resolution: get rid of this gut and get slightly, not in shape, but just in a better state of fitness. So yeah, who is my best? Okay. People have asked me about My Little Ponies before. I've never watched an episode of My Little Ponies. I don't intend to. And I don't hold it up against anyone who does watch that show. I don't, because, I mean, I'm one of those people. You can watch what you like as long as it's not it's not outright trying to offend people. But you know what I mean. Like, the sort of things that are deliberately trying to be offensive, like exploitation stuff, like ridiculously bad exploitation stuff. That stuff, yeah, I kind of worry about what people watch, but sort of like cartoons and TV shows, and if it's on like a major network like, BBC or whatever your American network's called, I don't mind with that at all. So I don't watch My Little Pony, so really I don't have a best pony. I just I'll go with the one that's the fan favourite. Let's go with that. What cartoon do you watch beside Teen Titans? I don't. I've not watched as many cartoons as I used to as a kid, obviously, but I still watch a few occasional cartoons. But the ones I watched as a kid, around about the same time as Teen Titans, were Ed, Edd and Eddy, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, that sort of thing. I kind of love that kind of humour, and that was also around about the same time that where the Batman came out, and there was the Justice League show. That was back when Cartoon Network were at its best, I think. That's when Cartoon Network had its best showing. Right now, Cartoon Network's going down a steaming pile of crap, and I don't want to rant about Cartoon Network because I've done plenty of that anyway. Really, round about that. Currently, I don't watch many cartoons because I don't have satellite television, so we don't get many of the cartoon channels. So every now and then I watch American Dad. I don't watch Family Guy. I don't watch Family Guy anymore because it's not as good as it was. Family Guy, I think, is starting to suffer from the Simpsons problem, where it's just gone on too much. American Dad's actually funnier than Family Guy at the moment, I think. I know people are going to say I'm wrong on that, but I do think American Dad is funnier than Family Guy. So that's the sort of stuff. 10 questions from inside the actor's studio. I'm not going to answer those ones because that would take up a whole video on itself, and I don't plan on doing that. So sorry about that. Do I play Thief? No, I haven't, but I'm interested in the new Thief game. I'm looking to see where it's going. We're finally getting to a state of gaming where it's not just constant first-person shooters where you just go in and kill a load of people and then move to the next room. They're actually starting to try now, stealth games, survival games. They're starting to get more and more of those. I hope they don't go into overdrive like the FPSs. And it's finally good to see there's more variety. There's more of a variety in games at the moment, and that's a good thing, I think. I mean, because I was starting to feel a bit of a too much like a burnout of just FPSs all the time. I was getting kind of bored of them, so and I was starting to play my Xbox less and less. But I'm starting to get back into it now, and I've got some new games. I'm going to be playing them and all that sort of stuff. The new FIFA does interest me. I haven't played a FIFA game before because, like, really, I started getting into the hardcore gaming scene when the 360 came out. I was kind of like soft core casual sort of thing when the Xbox came out and the PS2. I was kind of playing it not as lot, but you know, every other day sort of thing. But when the 360 came out, I started getting into real gaming, and that's where everything goes in now. So I never really played a FIFA game until, and I probably will pick up FIFA, depending what console it comes out on. Do you play Bioshock? Yes, I played Bioshock. Now, story about Bioshock is I didn't play Bioshock until about 3 years it came out, because when the 360 was young, I was still young and stupid, and I played the demo for the first Bioshock, and the opening scene scared the living crap out of me. That moment of where you come out of the submarine and there's that splicer thing they call that comes out and kills that guy. Why he didn't go there unarmed, I have no idea. But, you know, where it's all black and it looks like he jumps on the submarine, starts tearing it apart. That scared the living crap out of me, and I didn't finish the demo till then, and I didn't play the game till 3 years later. And it's a very good game. The combat does get a bit boring after a while, but the story does drag you along and has one of the best twists in gaming ever, I think. Such a shame Bioshock 2 was such a disappointment. Favourite version of Teen Titans? What do you mean? Do you mean as in comics, TV? I don't quite know what you mean by that. I'm not sure how to answer that one. What do you mean by favourite version of Teen Titans? I'm currently actually going into the classic run of Teen Titans at the moment. I'm currently reading a lot on it. Thanks to Ability Drain, she bought me a Teen Titans omnibus. Thank you for that. I'm meaning to get more of those. And I'm enjoying that so far. It's very well written, very well storytelling. The characters are just amazing, and I love, you know, my love for the original TV show. Not so much for the new one. But I'm not sure what you mean by that. Am I excited for the season 5 of Archer? Again, I don't actually get cable TV, so there isn't a channel that's on Freeview, which is sort of like, it gives you a lot of channels, but you don't have to pay for it. That does have Archer, not to my knowledge, so I haven't actually been able to watch Archer. I hear it's a really good show, and from the clips I've seen, it is very clever. Like, you know, the Mickey take on the James Bond franchise. It actually looks very well done, and it does look good. If I get like a channel that can watch it, I probably will watch it, but at the moment I haven't watched it, so I can't really get excited about a show that I haven't watched. Well, sorry, that makes no sense. But, you know, I can't really get excited about a new season of a new show that I can't really watch at the moment. You know, it's like, oh my god, there's a new show coming out, and I can't watch it. Oh my god, I can't watch it. Isn't that amazing? No, that's not really how it goes. Next question. Have I watched my... Go to the other questions. Have I watched My Little Pony? No, I don't plan to. I understand the appeal that it seems to some people, but I don't intend on watching it myself. Just, you guys can watch it. I don't want to. I don't judge you because you watch it. My opinion on it is, I can't really have an opinion on something I don't really watch. I can understand why people like it. It might be, it's odd how a show that's specifically targeted to young girls gets such a male audience. I don't get that, but I find it hard getting that, and you can try and explain it to me if you can, but I've never really watched it. I don't plan on watching it, but if you watch it, all the power to you. I have nothing wrong with you watching it. If there's a sequel of Pacific Rim, what do you think the story should be about? That's a difficult one, actually, because the first Pacific Rim was so good and it kind of wrapped everything up nicely that it would be hard. I can see a sequel coming out from it, but it would be hard. I mean, Guillermo del Toro has always said that he wanted to do like a Pacific Rim / Godzilla crossover, which, if the new Godzilla film is a success, I would want that to happen in a heartbeat, and so would so many other people. But I would sort of see that film as in the same sense of like, the Jaeger has a fight with Godzilla, but then Godzilla, you know, because Godzilla's an Earth monster, like an origins on Earth, like like alien monsters come along, and then the Jaegers and and Godzilla go off and fight the Jaegers, and of the big battle royale, which will be amazing. That's what I kind of want That's what I would as a standalone sequel. I don't really know. It's hard to come up with because the first film kind of wrapped everything up. It's hard to come up with what they would go unless they had like. Now there was now aliens actually, like the aliens of the rift in the ocean didn't work, so now the aliens are actually trying conventional invasion tactics, like coming from space and invading. Maybe something like that. I'm not sure. I don't know what you would call it, but it's very hard because the first film did wrap up everything quite nicely. At the first time ever, I had like a male and female characters that didn't actually hook up at the end and they just stayed friends. That's amazing. And I kind of like that they just stayed friends. That's brilliant. But really, for a sequel, I don't really know. It's kind of hard. Like I said, it's wrapped up everything nicely and Do you collect figures or other kind of stuff like that? For example, like Bandai Monster Toys. Not at the moment. Basically, because this room, I don't really have the space to do it at the moment. I will be moving soon, around about March sort of time. I will be moving, and I'll have more space then, so I might start collecting there. But at the moment, I've really wanted to, but I can't at the moment because I don't really have the space. So once I get more space, I will probably, and like have a shelf of nerdy stuff. I probably will have, and I kind of love that sort of stuff. I mean, I probably will be getting a lot of Godzilla stuff, I'll tell you that. Who's your favourite Teen Titan? This is a question I want to go into more detail with in another video, but my favourite Titan, and one of my favourite all-time superheroes, is actually Starfire. And I will go into more detail why, but basically the reason why I like her so much is because she doesn't follow that archetype of, oh, she's had a dark past, so it means she's untrusting and she's brooding and she's moody all the time. Starfire had a really dark past, but instead of letting her past like make her all untrusting and moody all the time, she doesn't let her past control her. She's a more, because she's a person that wants to love. I want to go in more detail in a video, but basically she's one of my favourite heroes of all time. She's my favourite Titan because she's a character that doesn't fall into the archetype of, oh, they've had a dark past, that means they're untrusting and brooding all the time and they don't make friends easily because they've had a dark past, that sort of thing. That's why I like Titan. And why did you start doing YouTube? Basically, I started doing YouTube because right about the time I started, I wasn't a very social person. I didn't go out a lot. I still aren't, but I was a very unconfident person. I was very stuttering and if you watch my first videos, it comes across very, very much that I was mumbling and I kind of kept it to one tone all the time. And my first video I ever uploaded is absolute shit. I will fully admit that. And really, I started doing YouTube because it's a hobby I wanted to get into. I saw other people do it. I was interested in it. And that sort of thing, like Nostalgia Critic and Angry Joe and Spoonie and that sort of thing, they got me into doing it. I thought, I want to do that sort of thing, so I did, and here I am now. Doing YouTube and stuff has really improved my confidence, I think. It's really made me a more confident person, and I'm more outgoing than I was now. I'm more likely to go out now than I was, and I met some brilliant people because of it, and you know that. This one, even though I said I will not answer questions about season 6, this question I feel I might as well answer it because the person sounded so desperate. It's like, do you, in your own opinion, using common sense, think there's actually a chance of season 6 of Teen Titans actually happening? You can't. Well, really at the moment, I think there is, because of how the cast and Cartoon Network and Warner Brothers and DC have been acting about this. When people have been, before Teen Titans Go came out, you know, especially the cast, I mean, the one that started me doing these Teen Titans videos was a tweet I got from Greg Grapes, the voice of I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name, of the voice of Beast Boy, when I said, is there a chance of season 6 happening? He said, he said yes. But now, after Teen Titans Go started coming out, a lot of the cast have been dead silent on this subject now, and haven't really answered about it, apart from very few rare occasions. And Cartoon Network and Warner Brothers and DC, even though they've been bombarded with people saying, will you make season 6? Will you make season 6? Have refused to answer. So something's making me go, they're up to something up there. And really, I'm interested in, because Teen Titans Go was announced at WonderCon, I think in 2012, 2011, I think. Teen Titans Go was announced then at WonderCon. And WonderCon's coming up in about May time, I think April, May time of 2014. I'm waiting to see what they do with that before I come in and saying yes, no, maybe. Right now, I think it's likely because of how, I think it's a chance because of how Cartoon Network, the cast, and Warner Brothers have been acting about this. How they don't answer the question like they used to, but then Teen Titans Go came out and now they don't. Means something's going on. They were told they can't talk about it. They're not allowed to talk about it. So something's up. That's my what I think about it. Now about your questions. Do you think you'll ever be able to play Dragon Age Origins? Yes. I have actually started playing Dragon Age Origins. I've not got into it much because the time I started playing it, I had other stuff in the works. I was busy working on scripts and everything, and I have started playing it. I've made my character. For the moment, the game, it kind of has the same problem as Mass Effect. Like, the story is really the first Mass Effect. The story I'm slowly getting into, but the combat, this was a game that was definitely made for the PC, and the combat hasn't ported over well to the 360, and I'm gonna plow through it. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna complete it this time, and then I'm gonna give you my opinion on it. But right now, yes, I've actually started Dragon Age Origins. How are you liking the Dragon Age D&D at the moment? I'm having so much fun with the Dragon Age D&D with it, because I'm not taking it seriously in the slightest, and I'm just having so much fun with it. Because this is sort of the thing I like to do, is I love when people because I know I wouldn't do this if Scottish actually said, right, I want this to be played seriously. And even the others, as you can tell, like, Scottish doesn't have a problem with with not playing it seriously. If he said he wanted it to play dead seriously, I wouldn't be doing it. Like, I would occasionally make a quip, but not as often as I do in the D&D thing. Right now, I'm just having so much fun with it, because I just love having fun with all the things I'm like, the Breek the Sleek, or whatever his name was. Really? That's his name? Okay. Is he really sleek about stuff? Does he just walk around in a really suave and smooth and sophisticated manner? I love having fun with it. That's the moment. What would you want from the Would you want to do a Mass Effect D&D? Yes, because I would actually know what's going on in that universe. Because I still don't know anything about the D&D and the Dragon Age universe. And if we did a Mass Effect one, I would know more about this universe. I would know more about the universe, and I might actually take it more seriously. That's one of the reasons why I'm not taking the Dragon Age one too seriously, because I don't know what the hell is going on. But yeah, I would like to do a Mass Effect D&D. Cats or dogs? I'm more of a dog person, because dogs are more friendly than cats. I would put it to this way: if you were hurt, if you got injured and you were with a dog would make a commotion, and it would make a lot of noise to the point where someone would come round and find out what's going on. If it was a cat, the cat wouldn't give two shits about you getting hurt. It would just wait there, continue waiting for you to give it food or attention. So I'm more of a dog person, because I think the dog's more friendly. What do I think of... Do you think I'd play Inquisition? If I get more into the Dragon Age games and Dragon Age 2, maybe, yeah, probably might, maybe. But right now, I'm trying to get Dragon Age 1 and 2 finished before before Dragon Age Inquisition comes out. But right now, it's not one of my, oh my god, I must play this game list right now. It's not on one of those. Most anticipated game of 2014, already answered that. Why is there no new videos for the Soul Calibur 4 tournament? 5 tournament. Simple reason is, I'm currently going through the copyright claim thing with the first video. I'm waiting to see how that goes. I have filmed the other ones, but I'm waiting to see how this video plays out before I start uploading the other ones. I know who's won every match at the moment. You don't, but I can't really do it at the moment until the copyright dispute, the copyright and the dispute is sorted and filed out, and I can't really do it until that's been all sorted. So it will be coming, depending on what happens with the dispute. But it will probably still coming, but I'll go wait and see what happens with that. So they are coming, but just wait. I've just got to wait until the dispute thing's been sorted out, and it's not long now. And actually, it's been close to a month, and they haven't bothered to dispute it. So with how long? So I'm hoping it'll just be released, and I can actually upload the rest of them. Next question. Have you played Arkham Origin? What's your favourite part? No, I haven't played Arkham Origin because around about the time it came out, I was completely skint with money. I didn't really have the money to spread out, and I might pick it up later on, maybe when it goes down in price. I'm currently at the moment where I can't play many games because I don't really have the money. I need a job and all that, and I'm currently in the middle of sorting out with my moving, so I've got to get that sorted out before I can do all that sort of stuff. So I will pick it up later. Okay. What's your favourite comic? I can't really answer that one because I haven't read that many comic books. So when I read more comic books and I do a question and answer one later on, ask me then. But right now I don't really have a favourite comic book. Do you like PewDiePie? No. Who is your favourite YouTuber? Favourite YouTuber? I can't really pick a favourite YouTuber because the ones I watch, they do different things. Like I really like Inside Gaming at the moment, and I do like Total Biscuit because they're people that know that Inside Gaming are just a lot of fun, and Total Biscuit is someone who really gets the gaming scene and is kind of a real good voice for gamers and gaming at the moment. I don't really have a favourite outright YouTuber, that's the thing, because there are people that do YouTubing and that do different forms of YouTubing that I like, and I can't really pick an outright favourite of each kind of YouTuber I do, so I can't really pick a favourite in that. Who's your favourite superhero? I'm not going to answer that question because that's for a upcoming video. Do you like Justice League? Of course I like Justice League. Can't really like DC if I don't like Justice League. I don't like where they're going with I currently don't like what's going on with DC movies at the moment with, Batman, Superman, ugh. Oh, that's actually the next question. What's my view on Batman and Superman? Oh, God. They're rushing the Justice League too much and too fast. Superman should have got another sequel before they did Batman vs Superman, and I really didn't like the Man of Steel movie. So it honestly just feels like they're rushing the Justice League movie. I mean, for God's sake, you got Wonder Woman in the next one. She's not even getting her own movie before she gets her own appearance. That's kind of insulting to the character of Wonder Woman. Like the trinity of DC of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman doesn't get her own standalone movie before she appears in this universe. Oh God, I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest, because it just looks like DC are rushing it out, and Warner Bros are rushing out. Do I like Star Wars? No, I'm the one guy who doesn't like Star Wars. Yes, I like Star Wars. I don't like the prequels. I think the original trilogy is the best. I am looking forward to seeing what they do with the Star Wars 7, 8 and 9. Or as in Star Wars, we're milking this even more series. I'm looking to see where it goes. I hope they don't oversaturate with CGI and there's a good combination of practical and special effects. I hope that happens. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'm glad George Lucas has become a creative consultant. That means that they're just going to go, hey George, what do you think of this? I don't really know about it. Okay, we'll do it anyway. I mean, that can be a good and bad thing, but with George Lucas, who was head of the prequel trilogy, I think it's a good thing that they don't take his advice. How did I meet Scottish, and what's your favourite movie besides Godzilla? Also, have you played the other Final Fantasies? I met Scottish, this is something I've answered before, but for new people, I met Scottish through watching his videos. And I also met him, and also it was a kind of combination with me meeting MD and Scottish at the same time, was I was like, started to become a fan of theirs, and then then they did started, then I realised they did collab, they were friends at the time, and then I asked, hey, do you mind if I'm a kind of fan of yours, do you mind if I do like a bit of fan art of us in Mass Effect Armor? And the rest is history, really. And then I did a casting video for him doing the squad mate things, and I did Grunt, Garrus, and Morden, and really the rest is history. The rest is history. That around about that time, it was around about the time that Ability Drain came along, is when we became like honest to God true friends. But we were friends by the time before Ability came along, but after Ability came along, we sort of became the Legion of Geeks. That's when things really became an honest to God true friendship, and I wouldn't change it for the world. It's just amazing. They're just some of the best people I've ever met, and I've met Scottish face to face. I'm hoping to meet Ability and MD this year face to face, and it'll happen soon. Trust me on that, and it will be awesome. Favorite movie besides Godzilla? Besides Godzilla, I'm saving that for a list, but really I do like John Carpenter's The Thing. That's one of my all-time favourites. I do like The Dark Knight. I don't like The Dark Knight Rises, but I do like The Dark Knight. And there are other films the cliched ones like Shawshank Redemption. I really do love The Shining as well. And have I played any of the early Final Fantasy games? No. Again, around about that time I wasn't really into gaming much, and really Final Fantasy hasn't been something that has caught me, and with Spoon's review of Final Fantasy, I don't think it's something I will be picking up. Have you owned Godzilla Final Wars? Yes, I have. I did a review on it, but it got taken down because of EA, because I dare to put a bit of EA music in a Godzilla review. It got taken down because of it. I can't really upload it because it was on my old laptop, and I forgot to archive my old video, so it's kind of gone. I might do a re-review of it if I get the chance. I might. With what's going on with my video, with what's going on with what I've got planned with my videos, I might have to, because there's a bit of storyline at the end of that video. But yes, I have watched it, I reviewed it, and it got taken down by EA. And I got my second copyright strike. I just got rid of my first copyright strike, and then EA goes like, "How dare you put a video? How dare you put a bit of EA music in a video that's not about EA? We'll give you a copyright strike." Do I collect? No, I've answered this question because I can't. I don't have the space at the moment really to do it. What's my favourite kind of food? Italian and Mexican, actually, when I think about it. I really do like Italian food and Mexican food. Really, I'm not a real food guy, so I can't go into it. I just like them because they taste nice. I mean, yes, there are places where they've tasted horrible, but, they're my favourite kind of food. Favourite kind of drink? I'm actually a really big milkshake fan. It's a weird thing, I know, but there's like a chain of places that do something called Shakeaholic, that, like, if you have like a chocolate bar or something, they will turn it into a milkshake. That's great, and I think I'm a big milkshake fan. I've never been an alcohol fan. I mean, I do drink alcohol every now and then, but I'm not someone who just gets drunk for the sake of it. I'm not someone who just drinks alone. Favourite colour is red. That's always going to be my favourite colour, because it just is. What's your favourite kind of gun? Mine's the AK-47. Jesus! My favourite kind of gun... I'm not an American, I'm English. We don't have guns here. We don't... I like the Avenger that's in Mass Effect, but... Jesus Christ, man! That's not something you should really go around. Like, my favourite gun's the AK-47 because I get to kill people with it. You really need to think about it more. I mean, I'm one of the people. I'm a person who's for gun lobbying, and for like guns should be regulated. I mean, how many I mean, it was around about in the 70s when guns were made illegal in the UK, and look and things seem to be going fine around about here. I mean, America really needs to get its shit together when it comes to gun control, but it's too bad those rednecks are like, nah, they're gonna take our guns away, and now it's my right to shoot whoever I want. It's not illegal to kill people. Oh God, America, you need to get your act together when it comes to gun lobbying. What's my favourite song? I'm not really a music person. I'm kind of a person that would listen to soundtracks of like games and videos. Of games and movies. Currently I'm loving the Pacific Rim soundtrack because it's just such a badass soundtrack. That guitar bass line and the huge. It just feels like it has a lot of weight to it. And finally, do I think I can whoop Batman's ass? Oh hell yes! You name the time and the place, and I'll whoop his ass right then and there. He's got nothing. What's he gonna do? All I gotta talk about is his dead parents, and he'll just go brood at some kind of ledge, going, "Oh God, oh I'm so hard done to because my parents were dead. My parents are dead." Yeah, there's some characters in the DC universe that have had their own entire race wiped out, and they don't brood as much as Batman does. I'm not a huge Batman fan. Let's put it that way. Because he acts so hard done to, he constantly acts so hard done to when there's characters in the DC universe that have had worse put to them. But hey, and people like Batman, I can't really change that. And that was the last question of the Alexthehunted Q&A. I hope you liked it. My Alexthehunted Q&A in HD. I might do more of these like later on, like every other month or so. Do Alexthehunted Q&A, and I'm Alexthehunted, and I've got some videos planned for when I make for coming up. I've got some videos planned. Trust me, we're gonna have a good 2014 is gonna be a good year for my channel. I'll tell you that. So I'm Alexthehunted, and I'll see you guys next time. The hell was that? Why did I do that? Bye guys.